So a lot of people talk about DaVinci Resolve's live save and how great it is. And don't get me wrong, it is good, and this video isn't going to tell you to not use it, but there are some other functionalities that DaVinci Resolve has built in that I would recommend using. People always like to talk about when DaVinci Resolve crashes. When you start it up, you have where you've been up until that point because it's automatically saving. Now on the surface, that's great, until live save saves a setting that makes DaVinci Resolve crash anytime that the project's opened. I think that everyone should have on project backups. It's a time triggered event where DaVinci Resolve will make a backup of your project. And there's a couple of different settings that I'll go over here, but they aren't the current live version of the project. So what that does is, let's say you have this project that crashes and you can just go back, oh, 5 minutes ago, there was a project backup. Let's load up that version of the project. It's going to have a whole bunch of incremented versions. So think of it almost like a version control for anyone that has been in programming. And a lot of people in other applications will save a project and then put maybe a date at the end, or like V1, V2, V3, whatever it may be. This is kind of the same thing, but it's all automated. Quickly show you here. So this is my project library for the JRTV YouTube channel. And if I just go like this so I can get like the actual YouTube videos, I can go into one of my past videos, which is here, the sky replacement one. I can either go into this project, or if I wanted to look at prior versions of this project, I could right click in here and go down to project backups. And in here, I have one project backup accessible. If I come to, what happened there? If I come to other projects that might have taken a little bit more time, I have a couple of them here, and then they just have timestamps, and so you can get an idea of when this project backup was actually created. And then let's say one of these project backups, like this date and time looks like that would probably be in the range that I want to go back to. I can simply click on it, click load, and then it's going to ask me, what do I want to name it? I then hit OK. And then all it's going to do is just take that particular project and just load it up into DaVinci Resolve. I have no idea where that just went. Okay, there it is. And then we can just load this up, and this would just be like any other project that we would have in our DaVinci Resolve. As you can see, I don't really know what's going on in this project, but okay. So it's, part way through an edit. So let's go into showing you how we can actually set this all up. But before we do that, Colorfront's new offering, the Streaming Server Mini, is a brand new software solution to stream directly from popular editing, compositing, and color grading applications. Colorfront has developed this software from the ground up to provide the most color accurate streaming solution regardless of viewing device. The Streaming Server Mini is able to stream reference quality footage securely and privately while maintaining a low latency to multiple clients at the same time. All streaming sessions are private and encrypted, requiring an invitation, allowing you and your team to collaborate in just a few clicks. Colorfront is currently offering a free trial so you can try the Streaming Server Mini for yourself. This is a great opportunity to enhance your workflow and improve your streaming quality. And thanks again, Colorfront, for sponsoring this video. If we come to DaVinci Resolve and we go into preferences, this is going to be where all of our preferences are for DaVinci Resolve, not so much the project, for DaVinci Resolve itself. So setting these settings up, it's going to work for all of our DaVinci Resolve projects. Come over to user, and then we go right here to project save and load. And then in here we have save settings, obviously live save, but then project backups. Let's quickly go over the backup settings, and I want to give you a little bit of a visual so that you better understand how these backups are stored. Perform backups every blank minutes. So you can set whatever you want in there. You can set 1 minute up to 59 minutes if you really want to, but let's just go with 10 minutes. So in an hour, there's going to be 6 backups. Below that, we have our hourly backups. How many of those hourly backups do we want to store? And then we have daily backups as well. Let's just start here with June 6th. We start at 8 a.m. As the time goes on, we have the same project open. The first hour goes by, we have 6 backups. The last backup there is going to be tagged as the hourly backup. We then go into 9 a.m. and as the time goes on, you can quickly see that the previous minute backups are starting to get removed for the past hour. And as we get to the last one, we're going to get a new hourly backup, but the previous hourly backup is going to also be saved until we get to that 6th hour, which then the previous 9 a.m. backup will then be removed. In our settings, we have it set for 5 hours. And this continues on for days as well. The little difference with daily backups is whatever the last backup that is performed, that becomes the daily backup. This is all done automatically. So if we were working on a project for 3 months, we don't have to be worried about having 1,000 backups. That's pretty much it. I thought that a little visual here would aid with better understanding how these incremental backups work, especially with having the mindset of this being some level of version control in case you ever have to go back. All right, so that's pretty much it. And then obviously down here we have where those particular projects are. And if I go to this particular location, this is on one of my servers. I'll quickly show you here. So here is where it is on my server. If I come back, because I just want to show you how big these actually are. And so this particular folder was created in 2019. And within that time, so each folder is going to be a project. I have 1,100 projects. And for that, I have, with my particular settings, now you could end up having more per project, but my particular settings, I have 5,000 backups. And you can see for those 5,000 backups, I only have 18 gigs worth of space used. So if you asked me, 18 gigs versus losing a day's worth of work or a week's worth of work, is this beneficial to have running? In my opinion, yes, it's definitely beneficial to have running because it just saves so much time for that project that you've been working on, having multiple iterations if you either have to go back because of, instability with settings in which you've changed, or having to go back to prior work because you need to get something from a prior project. The big thing to remember here is that this is just a project. So just like all other projects, if I want to, I can come over here, and as long as you have dynamic project switching turned on, I can go into my main project. Let's say that this was the main project that I've been working on. And then because I have both projects currently loaded, I can come up here and I can bounce back and forth between the two projects and grab different elements. So let's say we have our main project, but we want to get something that we previously worked on in an old project that might have gotten deleted, or we just liked a look that we were currently working on and somehow we overrode it or whatever it may be. We can go back and forth between the two projects and then just copy different elements and then hop over back to my main project and then just continuously work and add all of those elements in from that prior save. So that is pretty much a nutshell on why I think that everyone should also have on project backups. Like I said, a little bit of time and effort to set up. I mean, it would have taken all of a couple of seconds to simply come in here and click to select it. For the amounts here, that's really going to come up to you on what you deem is a worthy amount of time so that you're not saving too many. Or maybe you just want to, save it for a long period of time and have a lot of them. You can also do that as well. But understanding how it works and, at the hour point, then that's the one that gets saved for, let's say here 2 hours. And then the last save of the day, we will save for 2 days in my case here. But you can change that to whatever you want that fits your needs. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you're interested in learning more about DaVinci Resolve, I am a DaVinci Resolve certified trainer as well as a Blackmagic training partner. Take a look over at the website. I have a bunch of different certification courses. I also have a bunch of pre-made assets that are over there. If you want some free titles, take a look at the website. I have those over there as well. But with that being said, my name's Justin. Thanks so much for watching this video. Until the next one, guys, talk to you guys later. Peace.